All right, folks, we are about a minute away from starting. It looks like the starter's flag is up, so we might get underway a little bit early. Sorry, the aligner's flag is up. And we'll run through the starting list one more time. In lane 1, closest to the bottom of your screen if you're on YouTube, that is Commencement Bay. In lane 2, second from the bottom, Oregon Unlimited. In lane 3, Seattle Prep. In lane 4, Pocock. Lane 5, South Eugene. Lane 6, Vancouver Lake. And we have a great shot right now of the start line at beautiful Vancouver Lake, Washington, where the weather is a crisp 56 degrees. We have overcast skies and a slight tailwind on the course blowing from the northwest. So fitting for our Northwest Youth Championship Regatta. And it looks like most, if not, yep, I think all the rowers are up at the catch. We are about to do the thing, and they are away. Seeing some early speed off the blocks here, it looks as though we have a tiny, tiny margin on Oregon Unlimited, but also South Eugene is up there. It looks like Oregon Unlimited and South Eugene have taken a slightly early lead. Pocock is not out of it, though. Pocock is definitely in the mix, as is the crew from South Eugene. We'll see what comes of this race. Definitely a lot of speed to be had here. These are mostly seniors and juniors. The field is incredibly stacked. These are some of the best scullers on their team coming together to make hay over this 2,000-meter course. The Pocock boat there in the middle in lane 4 did win the time trial, so all eyes are on Pocock right now. However, Pocock is not in the lead. It looks like Oregon Unlimited does have just the tiniest bow ball lead right now. And it looks like Seattle Prep is in the mix as well. All right, so right now we have Seattle Prep and Pocock jockeying for that top position. Seattle Prep and Pocock going toe-to-toe. Fairly evenly matched here, stroke for stroke. However, equally in the mix, we have Oregon Unlimited and South Eugene rocking out for those silver medal positions. And not far back, Vancouver Lake is still in the mix here. Vancouver Lake does still have contact with the other boats. Unfortunately, Commencement Bay is not in our screen right now, so I think that they got dropped out the back. However, Pocock, I think, is starting to take a lead. Pocock just edging their bow out ahead of the rest of the field. Not by much, though, and there's still plenty left in this race to go. It looks like the boat from Pocock is starting to find a really good, groovy rhythm here. Their body angles are syncing up. They're really sending that boat and clearing the puddles. Right next to them, however, South Eugene is not giving up. South Eugene trying to walk back right now. It looks like South Eugene is trying to make a move on Pocock. Pocock has about a half-deck lead. On the other side of Pocock, however, Seattle Prep in bronze medal position right now. Their bow is about halfway through that Pocock boat. But it looks like Pocock might be starting to walk away from Seattle Prep. But I think South Eugene is going with them. South Eugene is kind of holding on to Pocock. Pocock's ahead by half a deck. And definitely an exciting race developing here. It's great to see three boats so close in contact with one another early in this race. We are riding along with the men's double finals. Again, Pocock in the lead right now. Pocock having the fastest time on Friday when we went through that 1,900-meter time trial. And it bears repeating that the top 4 boats for qualifying events today in the finals will earn qualifying spots at USRowing Youth Nationals. And Pocock is putting on a little bit of speed. They just walked up, and it looks like they've got about 2 seats over the next closest boat, South Eugene, in second position. Seattle Prep is still hanging tough in there. Seattle Prep does have contact with both of these boats. And Seattle Prep is actually starting to draw a little bit more level with South Eugene. One wonders if South Eugene will be able to stay in the medals. It looks as though Seattle Prep and South Eugene are tied right now. We'll see who comes up with silver today, but it looks like Pocock is getting the goods done for gold right now. Pocock is in contact with the second and third boat, but just by a stern deck. So still a lot could happen in today's race. As these boats come up on the final quarter of their race, I see them now approaching. We have visual contact on the beach. It looks like they're just about to cross that 500-meter mark. Such a blast seeing side-by-side racing. We love our time trial format for the efficiency it provides, but there's nothing quite like seeing boats side-by-side. Pocock still in the lead. Seattle Prep and South Eugene are just duking it out. They are hungry for silver. I'm sure they want that gold, but Pocock is just sitting on them. Seattle Prep and South Eugene both have contact with the stern deck of the Seattle boat, but you can see the Pocock boat is starting to really get into a grinding gear here. You can tell that they are pushing their puddles back. Such a smooth acceleration off the leg drive from Pocock. We're now zoomed in with them. And you see just a powerhouse of a tank there in stern. Stroke seat is a massive man. And just sending those huge puddles back. And it looks like Pocock is now stern to bow on South Eugene and Seattle Prep. South Eugene just has a little bit of a lead over Seattle Prep. It looks like South Eugene is slightly in silver. Oh, but Seattle Prep is saying, no, no, no. We're coming for you. And I think Seattle Prep is actually walking on Pocock. Let's see what Seattle Prep can do. Not a lot of layback in the bow man of Seattle Prep. He's rowing fairly upright, whereas his stern man is having that bit of layback, and that's some incongruity that can cost you some speed, whereas we see that the torsos are fairly well aligned in the Pocock boat. They're swinging together, as they say, and they have checked that Seattle Prep charge. Pocock is still in the lead. There is a deck overlap, however, with South Eugene and Seattle Prep. South Eugene and Seattle Prep still tied. Who is going to come away with silver? I think it will be Pocock for gold. As we row across these pylons, the beach is going crazy for our first final on this Sunday, the last day of the Northwest Youth Championship Regatta. Pocock just bringing it in for gold. Who is going to get the silver? It was too close for me to tell. I do not know. Silver and bronze going to Seattle Prep and or South Eugene. Well rowed to both those crews. And we just had, it looks like Oregon Unlimited crossing for fourth. Oregon Unlimited does make fourth, which puts them in national qualifying contention. Congratulations, unofficially, Pocock with the time of 7:08. Pocock really putting in the work there. They made it look easy, though. I was very impressed by that Pocock crew in the time trial, and they delivered today. It's so great to see such a dominant performance. It looks like South Eugene did get second place. They pulled a 7:09, less than a second behind Pocock. Very impressive score from South Eugene and Seattle Prep, who I wager was right behind them by, oh, I am not seeing Seattle Prep on here. I wonder if something happened with the Seattle Prep boat. I'm not seeing their time live. It looks like Oregon Unlimited is unofficially in third with a time of 7:22. That might have been a timing hiccup on the production end. So we'll keep you updated with that race. I'm gonna say, however, that Seattle Prep and South Eugene were contending for silver and bronze, but they're not showing up on our timing. So we'll check back in with that race. However, The women's double final is underway. We are 1 minute and 30 seconds into that race. We'll get back to you with the results and what happened with that Seattle Prep boat, because by my estimation, Seattle Prep or South Eugene should have gotten that silver medal right behind Pocock. The margins here are just insane. South Eugene was 0.8 seconds, it looked like, off of Pocock. So really giving you an idea of the amount of competition here today. Just an absolutely beautiful race. Oh, and we have Seattle Prep went live. Their time was, in fact, wow, such a small margin, 0.07 seconds off of the South Eugene boat. Congratulations, Pocock for gold with a 7:08.3, South Eugene for silver unofficially with a 7:09.1, and Seattle Prep with an unofficial 7:09.19. Wow, just outlandishly close racing today, and that was just the first race of our Sunday here at Vancouver Lake. Thank you all so much for joining us. Our lanes for the women's double just came up. Lane 1, Seattle Prep. Lane 2, South Eugene. Lane 3, Bainbridge. Lane 4, Oregon Unlimited. Lane 5, Rogue. And Lane 6, Seattle Scullers coming down the track. We are 3 minutes into that race, and our drone is catching up with them now. So exciting having this drone footage. We absolutely love being able to call these races for you on the shore. It is so cool knowing that folks at home can play along. So much gratitude to our production crew today for making this happen. Friday we were more or less living in 1990 with our lo-fi system, and then Saturday we showed up and jumped ahead a few decades. So it feels cool to be living in the future. All right, we are 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the women's double finals. Coming up after that, the men's novice 8 timed final, 1 of 2. And the timed finals, of course, each have their own respective medals to be earned from each of those races. But we'll be doing men's novice 8s followed by women's novice 8s. Each of those will have 2 timed finals. Some great racing opportunities for our novice athletes today. So much fun to get an early foundation in racing and in the sport, and just getting regatta experience, how to manage your time, your energy, how to listen to your coaches, how to execute a race plan. So much benefit to be gained in both life and rowing from these racing experiences. And we are back with our drone shot, roughly 4 minutes in to our women's double final. And it looks like we do have a race leader. It looks like there is a clear and present danger for gold right now. I am thinking that is Oregon Unlimited with an early lead. And it looks like an open water lead at that. I think that is indeed. Counting lanes right now has become my new favorite pastime. Yes, indeed. Lane 4, I think. Yeah, lane 4 is indeed in the lead. Thank you so much to everybody helping out here in the tent. Wow, Oregon Unlimited has a massive lead. That looks to be about 3 boat lengths open. There does seem to be a race developing for silver, however. Always exciting to see. On either side of Oregon Unlimited, we have Bainbridge and Rogue going toe-to-toe for the silver and bronze medals. I think that Bainbridge is up by a deck for silver, with Rogue pretty clearly in bronze. It looks like there is a tiny amount of open water between Rogue and the rest of the field. However, Rogue might come back and have something to say about that silver medal. In the meantime, I think Oregon Unlimited is having the scull of their lives. So much open water between them and the rest of the field. I don't see anybody else coming back on Oregon Unlimited, barring something catastrophic. And it looks as though Rogue has fallen back just a little bit. Rogue is now firmly in third. Bainbridge bringing up some speed to lock in their silver medal. Bainbridge firmly in second now with, I think, a little bit of open water over Rogue. And it looks as though South Eugene might be trying to make a run for bronze. South Eugene is starting to catch up a little bit with Rogue. Oregon Unlimited, in the meantime, is just pouring on the speed. We are coming up on 6 minutes, 20 seconds into this race. And my goodness gracious. You can really tell that Oregon Unlimited, all of their rowers do a great job of transferring the load from their legs to their swing. Something I've noticed is that these Oregon Unlimited boats do a great job of exploding off the catch and then carrying their leg drive through to the torso. They really lock in with the core and hang off those oars. And such an exceptional scull from this group. They are clearing their puddles. They are calm, cool, and collected. This is just another day in the gym for Oregon Unlimited, making it look so easy in front of the beach here. It looks like the other boats are starting to pull ahead a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit of a gap lessening. However, it's too late, far too late, to make an impact on Oregon Unlimited. So now we are riding with our silver medal boat so far. Just some excellent rowing now. And I think that there might be a race developing for bronze. I think Rogue thought that they would be in bronze medal position, but they might be fading. And it looks like South Eugene is trying to make a run for bronze. South Eugene is pouring on a sprint right now. I think South Eugene just overtook Rogue for that bronze medal position. Wow, waited to hang tough, South Eugene. They're really ratcheting up their sprint as Oregon Unlimited crosses the finish line. Fantastic scull from them. And we're coming up on the 8-minute mark as it looks like lane 3 Bainbridge gets that silver. And oh my gosh, Rogue got overturned. Indeed, I think South Eugene took that bronze right out of Rogue's hands with a remarkable sprint finish. And there we have our unofficial times. Oregon Unlimited with a blistering 7:51.5. I can't wait to see how they do at Nationals. I hope that they get the chance to compete there. Bainbridge with an 8:02, and South Eugene did indeed take it away from Rogue with an 8:05. Congratulations to Rogue on coming back from 4th to get that 3rd medal position. Absolutely love to see that grit and determination. 4th, Rogue. Wow. Rogue was only less than a second away from Eugene. That's heartbreak central right there, but it just goes to show anything can happen in the last minutes, in the last meters of a race. Seattle Scullers with 5th in 8:08. And taking a look at the margin between the 2nd finishing boat and the 5th, that is less than 6 seconds separating them. A really tight field, all things considered, and anything can happen on race day. So just goes to show that on any given Sunday, you never know what might occur. Coming up next for you, we've got some